G'day guys, Luke here. Welcome back to another video. Now today's video is a Reptile Room update for July 2020. As you guys can see already, there's been some changes again to the Reptile Room, but I'll get to them in a moment. We'll start off here with Chris, who is my black-headed python. Now Chris here is housed in a 4-foot custom built enclosure. So with his enclosure, where he is now, gets about 32 degrees Celsius. That's his one hide there. He's got another hide over here, which gets about 27 degrees Celsius. The substrate's the aspen snake bedding. He's got a few rocks, a fake plant, and his water bowl. We have his backing. We have a 100-watt moonlight heat globe. And just a normal light, just to light up the enclosure. Now Chris here is also currently fed on medium rats. Above Chris we have Bo, who is one of 2 eastern blue-tongued skinks I have in the collection. So with his setup, it's just a 3-foot Reptile 1 enclosure. We have a heat globe, which is just a 60-watt Philips focus beam globe. We've got his UV, backing, fake plant, a hide. On this side of the enclosure it gets about 30 degrees Celsius. We have his brick, a rock that he can help with his nails. He's got his water bowl. Got this substrate, pretty sure it's the coca fibre, or they call it pizza brick substrate. So his bows is laying here in the cool side. So his food bowl, we usually give him blueberries, bok choy, apple, carrot, chicken flavoured dog food, and on occasion we do give him other leafy greens. Housed next to Bo we have his brother Bluey, who's just coming out to say hello now. Now Bluey is another eastern blue-tongued skink, and he's housed in a very identical setup to Bo, so I won't run through the details again. But yeah, you give it an idea, same kind of setup, and of course he had to bury his bloody food bowl. Housed in a 3-foot Reptile enclosure just underneath Bluey, we have Molly, who is my female jungle carpet python. Now the reason why she's on paper towels because of late, we've had mites come through the collection, and unfortunately she's been hit hard by them. But she is making a full recovery. She's got a couple left on her, but yeah, she is getting a lot better, guys. She's currently fed on extra larger dot mice. So within the enclosure, where she's sitting now is about 34 degrees. Down here it gets about 30. So we've got a hide, a fake branch, we've got her stick that she's sitting on, backing, another heat globe, just a normal light to light up the enclosure. We have a cool hide over here, gets about 27 degrees. Nice big rock to help her shed, and also her water bowl. As you guys can notice already, we've moved out one of the enclosures because it was infested with mites, and had another snake who had mites, but we'll get to him in a moment. But in this 2-foot Reptile 1 enclosure, we have Charles, who is my albino Darwin carpet python. Currently fed on beaned mice. There he is. So he's got a heat map where he is, so he gets about 32 degrees Celsius. And his termite hide gets about 27. We've got the aspen snake bedding, his water bowl, a couple of rocks and a bit of wood in here to help him shed his skin. We have a nice foam backing. We have a stick that he can perch on, underneath just a normal light. Housed in this 3-foot Euros enclosure, we have Emma, who is my male blind-spotted python. He's currently fed on extra larger dot mice. He's got in there. So that's his warm hide here, gets about 32 degrees Celsius. We have his aspen snake bedding, a couple of sticks, a couple of rocks, fake plant, his backing, his light, water bowl, and over here gets about 27 degrees. He's a very bloody animal, so I don't want to disturb him too much. And yeah. Here we have Diablo, who is my brown tree snake. Diablo here is currently housed in a 1-foot zoom in enclosure. So within the enclosure we have his heat mat, which gets about 31 degrees Celsius there. We have his rock, a couple of sticks for him to climb on. We have his ledge that he's sitting on. Usually I put these bits of wood over him so it keeps it dark there in the corner. We have his water bowl, his cool hide, and he's currently fed on fuzzy mice. Here we have Rex, who is my male Australian bearded dragon, who's currently housed in a 3-foot Reptile enclosure. So within the enclosure we have his silicone rock, which gets about 35 degrees Celsius up here. He's got his 2 rocks down here, which get about 30. He's got his substrate, fake plants. He's got his food bowl, which he's got bok choy, carrot and apple. On occasion he does get strawberries, banana and other leafy greens. We have his UV. He's got a couple more fake plants, a couple of sticks for him to climb up on, water bowl, his hide. So yeah, that is Rex. Next up is Superstar and Graham, who are my 2 female blind-spotted pythons. Both are housed in a custom-built 3-foot enclosure. So in the enclosure we have a backing, they've got their heat globe. Eventually I will put a proper light system in here so we can light up the enclosure. So over there it gets about 32 degrees Celsius. You can see Superstar just sitting there. In here we have Graham. Now these two are both fed on extra large adult mice. There's Graham. Now these two, like I said, are females. Got their water bowl. He has their snake bedding, a stick, fake plant, a bit of rock and wood in here to help him in their shed. This here is Monty, who is my male shingleback skink. He's currently housed in a 4-foot reptile zoo enclosure. So within the enclosure, we've got the aspen snake bedding as his substrate. Have a nice big hide for him. So in the hide, it gets about 28 degrees Celsius, where he is now gets about 32 degrees. We have a nice big 100-watt Philips focus beam, broad beam heat globe, or the globe we use. His UV, we have a stick, a couple of rocks in here, a brick to help with his nails, with his water bowl, and his food bowl, which has dog food, bok choy, apple, carrot. On occasion, we do give him other leafy greens and blueberries as well, strawberries and banana. Housed in his 4-foot Euros enclosure, we have the diva of the reptile room, Aiko, who is my female eastern war dragon. So in the enclosure we have a heat globe, which is just a 60-watt focus beam. We have a UV, we have a backing, her hammock, her stick, a couple of bits of wood for her to perch on or sit on to get heat. We have a fake plant. We have a food bowl, which has apple, bok choy, carrot, chicken flavoured dog food, raspberry. We also tend to give her blueberries and other leafy greens. Also, the lizards also get their insects on the occasion. We have her rocks and her pond. With the substrate, it's a combination of the koi peat brick, coconut fibre, and sand, just to help with the drainage with the water. Above Vaco, we have my two banded knobtail geckos, Salt and Pepper. Now these two are in a very identical setup to one another. So we go over to Salt first, who's a female. So the substrate I use is just a children play sand. These guys get fed and get a miss of water every couple of days. These guys mainly eat insects. So where Salt is, gets about 31 degrees Celsius at the back. At the front he gets about 28. So we've got a nice water bowl, a rock and a hide, and a backing just to help to darken the enclosure. So this is Pepper's house. So here he is, he's our boy. Now these two are housed in 1-foot reptile zoo enclosures. Just next door to Salt and Pepper, we have Crystal, who is my female pygmy bearded dragon. She's still got a bit of growing to do, so she's housed in a 2-foot Euros enclosure. We have a nice foam backing for her, her heat and UV. We have a nice stick, an ornament that she's sitting on, a rock. So on this side of the enclosure it gets about 31 degrees. Over this side it gets about 29. So she has a nice big log hide that she can go in. A couple fake plants, her substrate, her water bowl, and she's got a food bowl that has apple, bok choy and carrot. But like I said, I do give my lizards a variety of food to keep them nice and happy and healthy. On the topic of pygmy bearded dragons, this is Bam Bam, who is my male pygmy bearded dragon. He's currently taking his snooze underneath his heat globe. Where he's sitting now is about 32 degrees Celsius. So we have a nice brick that he can also hide in. We have a couple of rocks, his substrate, a nice foam wall, another backing on the other side, a fake plant, dragon head, his food bowl that's got apple, bok choy and carrot. And on occasion he does get other leafy greens and insects. We have his water bowl, UV, his hammock and his log hide, which gets about 25 degrees Celsius. Almost forgot to mention that this is my exoterior rack. So these are all 3-foot exoterior enclosures. So you got your standard, your low and your tall exoterior enclosures. So in this low exoterior enclosure we have Blaine, who's my female lowland blotched blue tongue. So in the back there we have a heat, or he's just a UV. I have 2 highs in here. Over this side it gets about 31 degrees. Over here it gets about 28. We have a substrate, a brick, a couple of rocks, fake plant, her foam wall, water bowl, her food bowl. She's on the same diet as Bluey and Bo. I'll just get her out for you guys. She was very active today, so she's probably just taking a snooze. So here she is, a nice, beautiful lowland blotched blue tongue. She's a bit shy, but she's coming out more often now. If you guys were to watch last month's Reptile Room update, we had Murray in here, but since then he passed away, which was quite tragic to me. He was a very special snake to me, and unfortunately he passed away. Now Chappy is now in here. If you guys don't know who Chappy is, when I first got him, he used to be in this enclosure. where we moved him into that big tall enclosure that Murray used to house in. Unfortunately, he got mites in there, so we moved him back in here. And of course, Murray had some kind of illness that wasn't treatable, so unfortunately he was very sick and sadly didn't make it. So with the enclosure, we have his paper towel just in case he's still got mites, but I believe he's recovered from them and he's freshly shed as well. So the enclosure, we have his water bowl, his pipe hide, another log hide there, custom built hide there. Where he's sitting now, it gets about 33 degrees Celsius thanks to his big heat mat. We have a branch up here you can perch on, a couple of fake plants, a couple of rocks in here as well. So I'll just show you guys Chappy. Now Chappy's fed on medium rats now. He's a Centralian carpet python, and hopefully I can get a female for him next year so I can breed him, because he's a very lovely Centralian carpet python. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, before I do, just 2 normal lights up here just to light up enclosure. So that'll do for today's Reptile Room update, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys want to see any other videos, let me know down in the comments below. I'll see you all in another video. Thanks for watching, guys.